Tell me something that the devil stole from the Hebrew faith.
Okay guys, let me show you some ancient Hebrew letters in a pictograph format which people think are evil because the devil's used them. And it's not actually true. We want to look at these from a Hebrew perspective. So the fourth letter of the Hebrew alphabet is the letter Dalet. In modern Hebrew, you would write it like this. This letter means door, doorway. It can even mean dimension. So Dalet is the shape of a triangle, as you can see. And we know how you see these triangles in Illuminati signs. You see a lot of famous people use those signs. But this is actually the mark of Yahweh. This represents also a mountain, because a mountain is in a triangular shape. Mountains represent thrones. When we think about Mount Zion, it's Yah's throne. So the scripture says, when you think about Sinai, he came upon Sinai. That's his throne. That's where he sits. So that's why often David would flee to the mountain, because it's a representation of refuge where he could hide and he could worship. The scripture says we should worship at his footstool. So when we come to a mountain, we're coming to his footstool, we're coming to the edge of the mountain, and then we go and appear before his throne. So when we look at the word Dalet, we must think of a doorway or a dimension to the Father. So what does Satan do? Satan takes that dimension and then he inverts it, and then he twists it, and then he makes it about himself, and then he gets the world to worship him by making this a dimension to him. But originally, it belonged to Yah, and it's time we take it back. Let me give you one more. This is what we call Tor in the Hebrew alphabet. The letter Tor, the last letter, in the shape of a cross, the 22nd letter, representing the number 400. So this represents the number 4, this is 400. So this is interesting because we have the issue of Tammuz, we have the pagan cross which they talk about. So people go around saying the cross is pagan. Well, actually, this means mark, this means covenant. So when you see this symbol, it actually means mark or covenant from a Hebrew perspective. So now when you think of Yehoshua and his sacrifice, you got to think of a mark and a covenant. And this is Yehuda, and this is Ephraim. And these are our symbols. The devil took them, but they're ours. Shalom.
Clapper.